هل سمعتم قصة تحكي مجدا بسماها أم رأيتم شعلة شق في الأفق ضياها؟ هل سمعتم قصة تحكي مجدا بسماها أم رأيتم شعلة شق في الأفق ضياها؟ هم نجوم سطروا أحلى المعاني وبروج شيدوا الهمة فاني.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. فقد قال الله عز وجل في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Brothers and sisters in Islam and all the viewers of ITV from all parts of the world, let's now enter a beautiful environment, which is the environment of the Sheikh Phiri show. This show is actually highlighting and giving us solutions and motivating us and inspiring us in all aspects of life. So today we're inspiring each other on the topic which is called Daddy's Daughter and Mom's Daughter. So let us be mindful that not only is it Daddy's daughter or Mommy's daughter, but also son is included. Daddy's daughter and Mom's son. So why is it that there's always a bond between daddy and daughter and mom and son? This is due to the fact that the Creator has made it likewise, that there's a dog and there's a puppy, and there's chicken, there's chicklets. So they always move hand in hand. They say that birds of the same feather flock together. So if the father is a good man, he's humble, he's very sweet, then you see a huge bond between the daughter and the father. If the mother also is humble, she's sweet, she's respecting, you see there's a good bond between son and what? And mom. So basically, we have to be mindful that we are so blessed as human beings that during your childhood stage or when you're adult, you're so close to your mother if you're a boy, you're so close to your father if you're a girl. This is how life is. But anyway, it's not about segregation or discrimination. That's a bond that is created because out of love, out of religious love, out of holy love between parent and the child. So why is it that there's a need for a bond between children and their parents? It's due to the fact that we're now living in a cold world, a world wherein so many children, they're being abused, and so many children, they are suffering out there. So there's very utmost importance that we have, by all means, have to have a good bond with our children. We have cases where children, they are being abused. Where children, they have no guidelines, they have no people to direct them to the straight path. That's why in our prayers we say, Allahumma hdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, that Ya Allah, show me the straight path. So part of the straight path is by you also respecting your parents. It's part of the straight path. That's why we have to always make dua to our parents. Allahumma rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Allahumma rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. That Ya Allah, give them rahmah, give them mercy, give them paradise. Because they took care of you. They took care of me when I was young, when I was weak, when I could not do anything for myself. Allahumma rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. So it's very important for us to also try to learn this dua, to learn this prayer. Why? Because we have to pray for our parents. They did a lot for us when we were young. So the bond between daddy and daughter and mom and son is a very, very huge bond that is supposed to exist. Without this bond, the child grows without confidence. So in order for a child to gain confidence, she needs to be close to the parents, and the parents also must be good role models. So why is it important for a child to have a bond with the parents? The bond is very important. The bond is very important due to the fact that the world we live in, the children, they meet people that are negative also. Hence, they need high self-esteem. They also need to have self-confidence. Without those two mechanisms, like self-confidence, high self-esteem, the child, even in school, cannot perform in a good way. And also in madrasa, during Islamic studies, cannot perform also with distinctions or with good results. So in order for a child to be good in mathematics, to be good in Quran, to be good in science, to be good in Quranic sciences, to be good in physics, chemistry, the child has to have a good bond with the parents. So it is so pleasing. It's like someone who has just gone to a seashore. You know how the seashore looks. It's very wonderful and beautiful. So the love between a father and a daughter looks just marvelous and beautiful like the seashore. The love and the bond between a mother and a son looks very lovely and beautiful like the seashore. Brothers and sisters in Islam, how many of you do not cherish perfume? How many of you do not cherish roses? We all cherish these beautiful things like roses and perfume. Why? Because they make our beautiful world to ignite, to look lovely. So the bond between parents and their children is like perfume. It resonates, it shimmers, it ignites hither and thither. So it's important for all the parents globally to be so united to their children. Children are a ni'mah. Children are a blessing or a barakah from the creator of this universe, Almighty Allah, Almighty God. In Surah Rahman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? So part of the beautiful favor that the Creator blessed us with is the favor of what? Of children. So that's why there's utmost importance for us to be well groomed in the fact that we have to be well groomed and having a good foundation between us and the children. At the same time, the father has to be very close with the daughter. Many times you find that the children have got secrets. Someone is abusing them, someone is molesting them. They're able to say, no, daddy is very nice. I will talk to daddy. The son also say, I will talk to mommy. I'm very close to my mother. I'm very close to my parents. So I have to talk to them. They will help me. They will guide me. They will do this for me. But many times you would find we're living in a society where the parents don't even spend time with their children. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. By the taking of time, many is at loss. Why? Because we lose out because we don't spend time with the kids. Our kids do not need our presence alone. They need our presence, time, for us to be present. We have to be present. So there's difference between presence and being present. So when we are present, the child knows the rules of the house, knows the rules of how to live on this earth, knows the rules of how to manage his lifestyle each and every day. So spend time with your children. It's very strange that nowadays people don't read Surah Asr. If we read with understanding and comprehending and acting upon it, we shall see there's great changes in our families. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. Except those parents who do good deeds, those human beings who do good deeds, and also they hold on to the haqq. So you find that if a parent spends time with his child, he's able to implement the laws, the teaching, the ahkam of the Quran. But if a parent is away and actually the parent is somewhere else, that's why you find some girls at the age 14, they're already pregnant. Why? Because the parent was absent. You find that also some boys, they're smoking zol. They're smoking dakha. Why? Because the parent was not present. The parent was always absent. So it is important for us parents today, from this lesson of today, to make sure that we have a good bond with our children. You can be the father, have a good bond with your son. You can be a mother, have a good bond with your daughter, or the opposite. The father having a good bond with the daughter. Because the daughter also learn how to treat his husband in future. Why? Because he learned how to have a good bond with his parents. So everything, the roots are at home. So the child, everything learns about the future at home. So the home is like a special university for all children. So there's a need that we must have a good bond with our parents. Look at those children. They grow up without their parents. What happens to them? Those children, they don't even know what is sabr. They don't even know what is patience. They don't even know the calamities, the problems, how to solve problems in life. They're always not settled because they grew up in unstable environments. So it's important for us as parents to make sure that our children are having a good bond with us. The child who does not have a good bond with his parents is bound to be in pain each and every day. So make dua that we as parents, we change our perspective about life and how we live with our children. We make dua that all the parents, they spend their time with their children. That is to create a good bond between families. So we're taking a short break. Parents, we're coming back to a beautiful topic about the bondship between a daughter and his father and a mother with his son.
هل سمعتم قصة تحكي مجدا بسماها أم رأيتم شعلة؟ هل سمعتم قصة تحكي مجدا بسماها أم رأيتم شعلة؟
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters in Islam, welcome back to our beautiful topic today, which is titled Daddy, Daughter, and Mom, Son. My friend here, one of my colleagues, the technicians, was talking about that your mother will never divorce you. Your mother will never throw you away. So that's why the son is always running back to the mother. The people they start to label say he's mommy's son. So this happens in our society. Why? Because the mother was always good. So in that case, we're trying to say that your mother is always there for you. It is even said in the hadith that Jannat tahta aqdam al-ummahat, that paradise lies under the feet of the mothers. That's why back in my country, they say that don't hit your mother. Many times when we're growing up, those boys who used to beat their mothers, they used to even end up being abnormal. So like insane. So it's not right for a son to hit his mother. A son is supposed to respect the mother. And sometimes you find that the Quran mentions that don't say oof to your parents. Don't disrespect them. Talk to them nicely. If your parents make a mistake and you know that this is a mistake, forgive them. Be quick to forgive them and also pray for them. So in this topic, we want you to understand that we must also, as son or daughter, learn to forgive and love your parents. Another point is, make dua. Pray for your parents. And also the parents, pray for your children. Because it's not right for any parent to curse your child. If you're a mother, don't wish bad for your child. If you're a daddy, don't wish bad for your child. No matter what your child, how many mistakes you make, always forgive again and again. If today you've got a problem with your parent, phone your parent, ask for forgiveness. Daddy, mommy, please forgive me. I made this mistake. Sometimes also if you're a parent, I know parents also make mistakes. Talk to your child. I made a mistake, my child. I made a mistake to you. Please forgive me. Start doing this and you will see the bond will be stronger and stronger. These days we're living in times of trials. Sometimes you got stress, you got depression. You know who to talk to. No, I'll talk to my daddy. I'll talk to mommy. No, my son is so nice. I've got a problem. I'll talk to my son. I'll talk to my daughter. In that way, the family grows. In that way, we are actually supporting the fact that a family that prays together, stay together. A family that is together, always sit together. So in that way, even if someone gets married in adult age, you're always going to go back home for holidays to sit with mommy, get some advice, and don't say, I'm big, I don't need advice. No matter how old you are, still go back to mommy and daddy to learn something. Still go back. They will teach you something that will benefit you in your life. So parents out there, let us be mindful that we have to be strong. It's not easy to raise a child. Sometimes you find that this topic we're giving it, and there are some single parents who are not married. So in any way, if you are mommy's son, okay, you're living together, the mother is not married. This is your topic also. Respect mommy, take care of mommy. When you're adult, build a house for your mother, do something for mother. Spoil her with gifts, spoil her with some holidays. In that way, you get barakah in your life. And don't forget this dua that Allahumma rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Ya Allah, bless my parents, give them mercy, barakah, everything that they need, even paradise, because they took care of me when I was young. So it is important for us as parents to be mindful of one fact. The fact of which is there is too much of influence to our children, especially when it comes to friends. Let's watch what type of friends our children have. Many times you find that children have got negative friends. So the parents must give a guideline to their children on whom to befriend in life. Because most of their friends can end up even making them to be astray. So it is important that you understand that there's a need for parents to be involved in all aspects of life of every child. A child also is a means to paradise. What does it mean? It means that if you have a son and you are the mother, you take care and you teach the child. Maybe your son does not know how to cook. You teach your son how to cook. You teach your son how to do household chores, even washing clothes. That means your son is going to be a good person in future. You teach your son Quran. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. If the mother teaches the son Quran, then the child is going to grow even in future knowing how to read Quran. At the end of the day, he's going to practice what he's reading. Part of the hadith which says, إِذَا مَاتَ ابن آدم انقطع عمله. That if a son of Adam passes away, these deeds are cut except three. صدقة الجارية and وعلم ينتفع به وولد صالح يدعو له. And a son who is pious who prays for him. A son who is pious who prays for him or her. So basically, you taught your child how to pray. Even when you die, you also get blessings. Why? Because you educated your son on how to pray, on how to be divine. So hence, parents out there, learn to teach your children about divine aspects. Why? Because your children are going to learn a lot. They're going to live a life which has got so many challenges. So in that way, when they were young, they had parents that nurtured them in a religious way. When they're adults, they'll still be praying. You find that sometimes you go to some places, the children don't even know how to pray. They don't even know how to read Quran. Those children, when they're adults, they struggle a lot. So make sure that when your child is still young, take care of that child and teach your child how to pray, how to be a good person. So let us look at how to enhance love between daughter and father, and son and mother. What are some of the ways? Time. Spend time, as we said in the first segment, spend time. And teach respect, number 2. Teach how to respect. Not only respecting you as parents, and respecting of all human beings out there. You find that some children, they learn maybe about racism at home. You find you go to that parent, ask, your child was doing this, was acting funny. You find that the child was not taught about African person and the European person, or an Arab or an Indian. They were not taught that we are one. They were not taught about love, about respect, about being humane. So those children, they end up doing wrong things. Why? Because they learn this from home. So let's teach our children not to be xenophobic. Let's teach our children not to be racist. Let's teach our children not to be tribalistic, not to hate. So parents out there, let not your children inherit hate from home, but children should inherit love. So when they learn love, even in future they'll be good people. Happiness of son and daughter. So when they learn about happiness and harmony and peace between them and their parents, that means wherever they go, they always want to be in pursuit of happiness and peace and unity with all people that they meet in future. Teach your children, teach your daughter, if you're a father, teach your son, if you're a mother, about life skills. As I said also, that teach him life skills. Teach him knitting, teach him how to cook, teach carpentry, teach about mechanics, even teach how to drive a car. You find that some parents say, no, I don't want to teach my son how to drive a car because of this and that and that. No, teach your child to be capable, to be strong. Imagine now you start teaching your child how to drive a car. That child will not struggle when he's adult in driving skills. You find the child quickly, when he's going for tests, he passes one way. Why? Because he learned everything from home. Don't wait to say that I want to teach my child when he's old. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. So it's important for us parents out there, please teach your children when they're young, because this is the time where in their minds are still fresh and they can manage to memorize even the Quran when they're young. Follow the lifestyle of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. There was a great paradigm in Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Parents out there, be careful also about satar, about the aura. The father must not be in nude state, especially in front of the children. The father must always cover himself. This means, what I mean is satar, covering your body parts and dressing good. Even the mother too must always be in hijab. Why is it like that? So that you safeguard your chastity. And also, the children, they learn dignity, they learn also good morals. They know that in the home we have to wear our hijab, we have to be nice and dress properly. The child, when he grows up in a home where the mother is wearing some kind of funny dresses and the mother is not wearing and no hijab, just a tiny miniskirt, then the child will grow learning wrong things. So the mother should dress in a very dignified way so that the child, when he's growing up, she knows that in the future, I want to dress like this. So the dress code is very important. And sometimes also when it comes to bathing, we know that some homes don't have bedrooms and bathrooms. Some communities are not privileged. But try by all means that your house should have a private place. And there should be private places for bathing. Not that people have to mix. There should be separation between boys and girls, and men and women. Why? Because this is the teachings of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We cannot run away from that. So in that way, the children know how to respect people of different races and people of different genders. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy upon all our parents to make sure that they implement the lifestyle of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So parents out there, I'm urging you, try to have a good bond with your children. Father, have a good bond with your daughter. Mother, have a good bond with your son. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all good parents out there and bless all the children to have a prosperous future. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
هل سمعتم قصة تحكي مجدا بسماها أم رأيتم شعلة شق في الأفق ضياها؟ هل سمعتم قصة تحكي مجدا بسماها أم رأيتم شعلة شق في الأفق ضياها؟ هم نجوم سطروا أحلى المعاني وبروج شيدوا الهمة فاني.